Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Chelsea Godfather channel. Show your boys some love. I'm working so hard out here for y'all, but I'm still trapped at 580 subs. Guys, can y'all have pity on your brother, your Chelsea brother, your brother in blue, working hard for y'all? Can y'all get me up to 1,000 subs? So I can see if I can monetize this channel and blow this thing up all the way to the moon. Guys, welcome back to the channel. Subscribe to my channel for daily Chelsea content. Let's jump right in. Today's news is about Plan B. Plan B. So what am I talking about? Well, unless you've been living under a rock, you'd known that we've made one, two, three, four offers to try and pry away Moises Caicedo from Brighton with Tony Bloom and the bigwigs at Brighton batting us back without even blinking an eyelid each single time. They've just rejected offer after offer after offer. And our last offer was 75 million pounds guaranteed plus 5 million option for a total transfer fee of 80 million pounds. That's our fourth offer, which is our last offer, with Brighton still insisting, holding steadfast, asking for 100 million pounds minimum for Moises Caicedo. Guys, that's not going to happen. Now, my understanding is two ways to possibly get that deal done. It's either Chelsea offers 85 million pounds payable in one installment, upfront cash, 85 million. They'll wrap up Moises and drive him to Stamford Bridge. Or if we want to break it into four payments, which is our preferred deal structure, payable over 4 years, then it's going to have to be 100 million pounds. So that's basically been the hang up. The hang up is Chelsea has Caicedo valued right around 80 million pound bracket, and these guys and Chelsea is not willing to make that payment in one lump sum payment. They want to break it up over 3 or 4 years. And so that's really been what's been dragging on. And unless anything happens, unless anything drastically changes, I don't see Chelsea moving up to 100 million. And so the season is about to start in about 10 days. And so therefore, obviously, Pochettino's hand is beginning to shake and tremble. He's like, where is my holding midfielder? I need somebody to partner with Enzo. And even though our little boy Andre Santos has proven to be a pretty fast learner, and he's been growing from game to game, the reality is there's a heck of a lot difference between preseason games and the actual league games. I mean, you're talking about night and day, difference in intensity and in terms of pressure, fan pressure, expectation, criticism. So there's a dire need for an experienced player, and so therefore that's where Plan B comes in handy, because we're not about to give Brighton 100 million pounds for Caicedo. So Plan B right now, there's two players on the Plan B shortlist. One of the players is Edson Alvarez. That's the Mexican holding midfielder who plies his trade for Ajax in the Dutch league. And then the other player is obviously our boy. Those of us based in America, we know Tyler Adams. Tyler Adams from Leeds United. And I believe he also played in MLS as well. Very, very good, midfielder, very active, defensive midfield, super active, a lot of pace, a lot of bite in his tackle, just a lot of energy. I mean, you already know Adams. If you've seen him play, he covers every single blade of grass with a smile on his face. So, but the obviously each player, there's a little reason why these guys are not plan A and they're more like plan B. With Adams, he's been a bit injury prone. He's been a little bit injury prone. I believe last season Leeds, arguably part of the reason why Leeds went down is because while Adams was out, Leeds struggled to grind out points. They weren't able to keep clean sheets. They weren't able to hold on to leads and at least to hold on to a draw and turning draws to 0 points or turning 3 points to 1 point. I mean, all that added up over time, and Leeds came up short, and they were relegated. Right, so. So that's a concern for Adams. Does he still how is he handling his injury problems? Is it how much of a concern is that, right? Then with regards to Edson Alvarez, Edson Alvarez is a seasoned holding fielder. Applies his trade at Ajax. I mean, I see him more or less built in the mode of he's built a little bit in the mode of Rodri at City. Now don't quote me. I'm not comparing and saying that he's as good as him. I'm just saying he's a throwback holding midfielder. He's big. He has the size. He's very, very good on the ball, physical, loves to literally hold on to that ball, does not lose, too many passes. His passing accuracy is very, very high. He understands the holding midfield role, and he can play that role with his eyes closed. I mean, that's Edson. So Edson is a quality option. My concerns about Edson would be, as opposed to Tyler, would be Edson obviously has not played in England, and the pace and the physicality of the league in England is a lot different from what he experienced in Holland, right? In Netherlands. So now how can he adjust? Well, obviously that'll be left to be seen. I recall when Rodri arrived at City from his club in Spain. It took Rodri at least a good one season to actually come to terms with the pace and the physicality of the league. But the benefit for Rodri is that he had Fernandinho on the team at the time to lean on to. So at least Pep did not have the pressure of having to start him right away, or to basically play him start him in every single game week in week out. He was able to rotate him in and out, and we're not at a level where Rodri is arguably the best, definitely one of the top 2 or top 3 holding midfielders in the world right now. That's just the reality. Okay, I mean, the boy is marvelous. And so I'm not saying that Alvarez can be like Rodri. I'm not saying that. I don't know. All I'm saying is that Alvarez has ample tools to play the holding midfield role well. And in Chelsea, we don't have a natural holding midfielder right now. Enzo is not a holding midfielder. You want to have a holding midfielder to do the work and release Enzo to push up a little more into midfield and be a little bit more creative with his passing game, and then drop deeper from time to time to support the holding midfielder in the defensive phase of the football game. And that's really what we want. As of right now, the only player we have is 19-year-old Andre. Andre is only 19, and Andre has not kicked one ball in a Premier League. So, something has to be done. Either we're going to pay the $100 million, which we're not going to pay, or we're going to have to look into Plan B. So, guys, let's keep our fingers crossed on that and see what happens over the next few days. And then last but not least is our boy Levi Colwill, who has finally agreed to extend his contract, 6-year deal, to play for the Boys in Blue for the next 6 years. He's going to be earning around 100,000 pounds per week. Guys, the boy is a baller. I watched him personally, live and direct in Philadelphia. He was, spraying passes from the back. I mean, not just the distance of the passes, but the accuracy of his passing game. Like you have to see it live to fully appreciate not just his passing technique, but just his vision. Because once you've seen the player make the run, and with Levi on the ball, boom, like before you open your mouth, Levi has already passed the ball and it's on the money. So our attacking game is going to benefit massively by signing Levi to this long-term deal. It's a win-win for the club. It's a win-win for Levi, and it's a win-win for England national team, and Levi hopefully playing in the Euros in the next few years. So Brighton, guys, sorry, y'all tried your best, but Levi is our boy, and he had to come home, and he did send that nice heartwarming thank you letter to the Brighton fans and the organization, and he actually gave credit to Graham Potter, who actually was the coach that brought him over to Brighton last season on loan. And so, Levi is quality. He's obviously a classy young man, and we are grateful that he's our boy. He's signed for the long term. Kudos to Todd Bowley and all of their upper management. Pochettino, giving him time, giving him a fair chance to win his shirt. And this is the way it's meant to be done, guys. If you're Cobham trained and you fight for your shirt and you win your shirt, this is the way it's done, right? And so, we're all happy, and we hope and pray that everything continues to go well for Levi, for Chelsea, and for us fans, that we have a massive reason to smile at the end of this season. Guys, like my video, share my content, subscribe to my channel. God bless you all. Peace.